Good afternoon, students. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I hope the screen is visible. Please pin the video to the profile where you can see the semaphore page. Okay. So in last session, we have started with the semaphore concept. Semaphore, which we use to solve the problem of critical section, right? Semaphore is nothing but it is not, we can say, a different type of the data structure or anything. It is simple integer variable which we can initialize properly as per the requirement of our problem, right? So semaphore can be used either to solve the critical section problem, also to solve the problem of order of execution of the processes, which process will execute first, or according to the our interest, the client interest, which process should execute first. That can be solved by using the semaphore also. Also, one more application is resource management. If we have more than one resources and number of processes or the number of concurrent processes are available to access those resources, then we can say we can initialize the variable which will be called in semaphore in a way that all the resources should be utilized properly at the same time. Okay. Now to access that semaphore, to access the variable semaphore, we need to execute two operations. Semaphore is an integer variable which we need to initialize properly, isn't it? According to our requirement, according to the application. But to use that semaphore, we need to execute two atomic operations of semaphore. Two operations were wait and the signal, right? This we have discussed in the last session. Wait and the signal, these are the two atomic operations which we need to execute while we are accessing the semaphore. Now, wait operation performs the decrement. It decrements the value of the semaphore by 1, isn't it? Wait semaphore is always decrements the value of the semaphore. Whereas in opposite, we have the another atomic operation, which is called as the signal operation. Now, signal operation always increments the value by 1. Okay. Always remember, wait and the signal are the two important, we can say, the operations under the semaphore. And if we want to execute, if we want to use the semaphore, then we need to execute the wait and the signal operation always. Wait always decrement the value, signal always increment the value. Okay. Now after that we have uh, this is uh, this is the code for the wait operation, wait of s. Whenever the wait will be called in that time, at that time, this two line of code will be executed. While s less than equals to 0, there is a semicolon, and then s will be decremented by 1. Okay. First of all, whenever the wait will be wait operation will be uh, executed or initialized, that time the value of the s will be checked, the value of the semaphore will be checked. If it is less than or greater than 0, then we cannot go ahead, we cannot use the critical section, isn't it? We cannot get the access of resource if the value of the semaphore is less than equals to 0. That means everything, all the resources or variable which is the common, which is a shared one, have been already utilizing by someone, some other processes. So currently, no any process can access or gain the access of the shared resources. That is the meaning of if the s is having the value 0. Okay. If s is not less than 0, if this condition becomes false, then it will gain the access of critical section, which will be written after this, right? And in that case, the value of the semaphore will be decremented by 1. That means one of the resources has been, one of the processes have been gained the access of that resource. Okay. Now, in the signal operation, we have seen that it increments the value by 1. Nothing complex is there. Just it will just increment the value by 1. Now, this was the solution for a critical section by using the semaphore. We know that whenever we want to access the critical section, there should be a code which will be called as the entry section code, which process needs to solve, which process have to execute whenever the process wants to gain the access of critical section, isn't it? So wait of s will be the entry section. Wait of s will be the entry section. And at wait of s position, this two line of code will be executed. Then once it will gain the access of this code, or if it runs successfully, then that process will get the access of critical section. So after execution, after executing the critical section, process needs to execute the signal operation, right? In signal operation, जो भी यहाँ पे decrement किया था value, that again incremented by 1. That is called as, that signal operation is called as the exit section. And if any remainder section, if any leftover part is there, any their own process, process का अपना खुद का कोई code बचा होगा, that leftover code will be executed in the remainder section. So that was the solution for the critical section by using the semaphore. Right. Now, also we have the type of the semaphore, that is the binary semaphore and the counting semaphore. Right. So binary semaphore is especially used to solve the problem of critical section. Whenever we have only one resource or any one variable, or we have only one type of the memory, which will be shared in different, or which is shared in among the different concurrent processes, then in that case we can use the binary semaphore. Okay, where it is called as the critical section. To solve the critical section problem, we always use binary semaphore. What will be the value of that semaphore? Always value will be restricted to 0 and the 1. Either semaphore will be having the value 0, or the value should be 1. If the value is 1, that means that resource is available right now. Any process who is wishing to gain the access of that critical section can get the access, isn't it? If the value is 0, that means that process will not gain the access of that semaphore. Simple. Now, the other type is the counting semaphore. Counting semaphore is what? Which can be accessed to manage the resources. Counting semaphore is which can be used to access the we can say to manage the resources. If we have more than one resources and more than one processes, then we can assign them by assigning a proper value to the semaphore. Okay. Now, one more application for the counting semaphore is to assign the proper sequence for the processes for the further execution. Right? If we have number of processes into the ready queue, and if we want that one of the process should execute first, and later on that first one should execute, and we want to fix the order of the execution. If the resultant value or any process execution is depend upon the result of the another process, okay, or the execution of the another process, then in that case we need to finalize the sequence, right? So in that case we can go with the counting semaphore. So it is not necessary in the counting semaphore the value will be 0 and 1. The value will be always depend upon the resources which are available, or the processes which we want. Accordingly we can use the 0 and 0 1, or any value 4 5. Okay, that will be the counting semaphore. These are the two types of binary semaphore and the counting semaphore. Now suppose if we want to just verify this binary semaphore and the counting semaphore, or simply binary semaphore, we have already discussed in the last session. This explanation how we use the binary semaphore to solve the critical section problem. Right. Now suppose we want to learn about for deciding the order of execution of the process by using the counting semaphore. How we can do that? Suppose I have 3 processes, P1, P2 and the P3 process. Okay. Now if I want from these processes, if I want P2 should be executed first, then P1 should be executed second one, and P3 should be executed last. Now any there will be any purpose why I want like this. Suppose I want to I want to calculate the area or the cost of the circle, suppose. Then here the radius of the P2 will be calculated into the P2 process, and suppose the area is calculated into the P1, and then after calculating the area I'm going to calculate the cost. Okay, so these parameters are present into this P2, P1 and P3 respectively. Okay, So to calculate the cost, I need to first of all calculate the area. For calculating the area, I need to understand, I need to deal with this radius first of all. Okay, so in such a way, I have three processes in ready queue, but I want the order of process execution should be P2, P1 and the P3. Now how we can use the semaphores to solve this problem? Okay, how we can assign the semaphore initialization, or where we have to write the weight and the signal, so that the P2 will get the first accent, then P1 and then P3. That we will see. Now, suppose I have here we have P1, P2 and the P3. Okay. Now, in a simple way, we know that semaphore will be executed by two atomic operations. One is the weight, another one is the signal. And the weight will be decrementing the value, signal will be incrementing the value. And weight is the entry section code. Consider, okay? Here, suppose weight of, to solve this problem, I will be using two semaphores here, S1 and the S2. I will be using two semaphores to manage the sequence of order of execution. I will be using the two semaphores. Okay, S1 and the S2. Now here I have initialized this S1 also 0, S2 also 0. Fine. What I will do, weight of, suppose weight of S1. Now what will happen, even if I want the P2 to be executed first, okay, I want P2 to be executed first. And suppose according to the scheduler, we know that there are midterm scheduler, midterm scheduler, short-term scheduler, and the medium-term schedulers are present, which takes the processes into the consideration for further execution, right? Now, suppose scheduler will consider the P1 first, according to the priority, according to the execution time, whatever the reason will be. Suppose the scheduler has decided to consider the P1 for further execution first. Now, what will happen? It will execute. To execute the further line of code, P1 needs to first of all execute weight of S1. Okay. Now we know that weight always decrements the value by 1. Okay. And if the value of S1, that is the value of the semaphore, if it is less than equals to 0, then it will not gain the access of further line of code, isn't it? So here we have weight of S1 and here is the value of S1, that is a 0, right? So if it is 0, then P1 will not gain the access for the further execution. So P1 has to wait anyhow. So even if scheduler will gain the will take into the consideration for P1 कि P1 पहले execute करेगा, अगर ऐसा decide भी हुआ तो भी क्या होगा, because of this line of code weight of S1 is 0, so P1 cannot be executed here. Okay. Now suppose what I am doing for P2, I am not keeping any entry code. I'm not keeping any entry code for the P2. Fine. Simply P2 will be executed. I'm not writing here P2 code. I will explain this for P3 also. But P2 suppose execute हुआ. And what I want after P2, I want to execute the P1. Okay. But P1 needs S1 should be 1. यहाँ पे फिलहाल S1 0 है ना, उसकी वजह से इसका एक्सेस नहीं मिला आगे के एग्जीक्यूशन के लिए, क्योंकि ये 0 है, कंडीशन वहां पे फॉल्स, कंडीशन वहां पे ट्रू हो जाती है लेस देन इक्वल्स टू 0 की, तो लूप में घूमता रहता है, राइट? आगे जाएगा ही नहीं, उसको क्रिटिकल सेक्शन का कंट्रोल नहीं मिल रहा है. सो दैट इज व्हाई वेट ऑफ S1, ठीक है, तो ये होना चाहिए वैल्यू 1. तो व्हाट वी कैन डू इज आफ्टर एग्जीक्यूशन ऑफ द P2, व्हाट डिड आई से कि मैंने इसका एंट्री कोड कुछ नहीं लिखा P2 का, ठीक है, डायरेक्टली आई हैव एग्जीक्यूटेड, शेड्यूलर विल असाइन द P2, CPU असाइन कर देगा, then P2 will be executed. After execution of the P2, what I am doing, I am incrementing. So increment करना है मतलब signal, right? Signal of S1, signal of S1. So यहाँ पे क्या होगा, P2 will be executed first, then after execution P2 will run the signal code. Signal code में क्या होता है, the value will be incremented by 1. Now S1 was initialized to 0, now S1 becomes 1. Okay. Now S1 becomes 1. Now here suppose after getting the after the S1 becomes 1, now here I am writing weight of S2. Okay, I'm using the second semaphore here. Now even if suppose after execution of P2 and S1 becomes 1, the P3 will gain the access of CPU. Consider ऐसा करो कि P3 will gain the access of CPU. So what will happen? Now P3 will run the code weight of S2. If P3 has to run the further code, P3 has to first of all run weight of S2, where in weight of S2 the value will be decremented by 1, right? That line of code, वो जो उसका operation का ये है, weight and the signal, this will be executed. Okay, if what will happen here? Weight of S2, then the value will be decremented by 1. So value becomes 0 ka -1. So if it is -1, it will not gain the access of further code, isn't it? So even if after P2, P3 will gain the access of CPU, P3 cannot execute further, right? So automatically CPU will, scheduler will schedule the P1 process now. Okay. Now what will happen here? P1, whenever CPU access P1 will get, it will run the weight of S1 now. Okay. So weight of S1 क्या है अभी, value क्या है S1 की 1 है. That means P1 can gain the access of critical section. So here it will change the value to the 0. Okay. क्योंकि यहाँ पे डिक्रीमेंट होता है वेट में 1 से वैल्यू, सो वैल्यू बिकम्स 0. नाउ इट विल गेन द एक्सेस ऑफ क्रिटिकल सेक्शन, व्हाटएवर इट इज, यहाँ पे जो भी रिसोर्सेस है या कुछ भी है, विल गेन द एक्सेस ऑफ क्रिटिकल सेक्शन. फाइन. नाउ आफ्टर दिस, now we have executed P2 first according to our requirement. We have done with the P2, we have done with the P1, but what we want now, P3, right? और P3 का कंट्रोल किस में है? S2 सेमाफोर में. weight of S2 है, but S2 की वैल्यू क्या है? 0 है, so it should be 1. So what I can do here, I cannot change the value to the S2 because I want to give the access to the P1. That is why I have just written the S1 ताकि ये S1 यहाँ पे access मिल जाए. Now here we can write signal of S2. अभी सबसे पहले P2 execute हुआ था, then P1 got the access, then it runs entirely the critical section, and then at the end, at the exit section, P1 runs the signal of S2. In the signal of S2, what will happen? The value of the S2 will be incremented by 1. Now the current value of the S2 is 0, so now the value becomes 1, isn't it? So once the S2 will be 1, now P3 will be scheduled by the scheduler. Now P3 will check the value, it will run the weight of S2, it will check the value, S2 is 1. That means condition of that will be false, and then it will gain the access of critical section. So यहाँ पे critical section run करेगा, फिर बाद में यहाँ पे signal जो भी है according to further requirement वो जो भी होगा वो हो जाएगा. But in this way we can manage the order of execution of processes, right? हम sequence यहाँ पे decide कर सकते हैं. P1, P2 and the P3. If we have not taken the 2 semaphores, or if we have not assigned any sequence code, then what will happen? Scheduler will simply run the P1, P2, P3. अगर ये FIFO है और P1, P2, P3 पहले आए हैं, then scheduler will simply run P1, P2, P3. But that will be preempted because P1 के अंदर जैसे मैंने बोला, अगर मेरा requirement radius का था, फिर area का था, फिर cost का था, तो यहाँ पे क्या हो जाएगा? गड़बड़ी हो जाएगी. Because the resultant required resultant values will not be generated. So our entire process will be blocked, and because of that deadlock can occur. So to solve the problem of order of execution of the processes, we can use 2 semaphores, and in this way we can manage them. Okay. Now the third one is to manage the resources. Critical section देख लिया, order of execution of processes we have discussed. Now to suppose resource management. This is the third application of semaphore, resource management. Now what we can say, suppose I have a process, regular हमारा जो रहता है वही, entry code, then we'll be having critical section, then we'll have signal of S, and if any remaining reminder section or leftover section will be there, that will execute. Okay, now consider I have 5 printers. Okay, if I have 5 printers and I want to if I have 5 printers, that means I have 5 resources, isn't it? So at the same time 5 different processes can gain the access of printers, right? वैसा वहां पे लॉजिक होना चाहिए, कोड वहां पे ऐसा होना चाहिए कि 5 processes at the same time can share or can gain the access of printers, because we have 5 processes, 5 printers, isn't it? But suppose here we are using the semaphore, okay, and we know that in binary semaphore S will be always initialized to 1. Now if we will keep this S equals to value 1, and if we have 5 printers, now let us check whether it will utilizes all these 5 printers या फिर 5 processes को ये printer मिलते हैं कि नहीं. Now what will happen here? The first process will come, it will execute the weight of CS. Okay, so weight of CS में होता क्या है? The value will be decremented by 1, so it will become 0. Okay, then it will gain the access of critical section. अब critical section में हमारे यहाँ पे क्या है? Printer है. टोटल कितने प्रिंटर थे? 5. उसमें से अब एक P1 प्रोसेस ने ले लिया. नाउ 4 आर रिमेनिंग. ओके, नाउ आफ्टर सपोज यहाँ पे एग्जीक्यूशन चल रहा है, प्रिंटिंग चल रहा है. नाउ अनदर प्रोसेस P2 विल कम. ओके, नाउ P2 हैज टू रन दिस वेट ऑफ S. नाउ वेट ऑफ S यहाँ पे वैल्यू विल बी डिक्रीमेंटेड बाय 1. So S is 0, so value becomes now -1. If the value is less than equals to 0, then any process will not gain the access of critical section. See, we have total 4 processes, 4 printers remaining, right? So remaining 4 processes can use the 4 printers, but because of the semaphore is not initialized carefully or not initialized properly, उसके वजह से हो क्या रहा है? बचे हुए 4 रिसोर्सेस हमारे वेस्ट जा रहे हैं. So the value should be initialized in a proper way so that all the processes can gain the access of resources if they are more than 1. Now here we have total 5 printers, so we can simply assign the value or we can initialize the semaphore value to the 5. Okay, so now here in this case, now we will check, suppose P1 process initially, suppose P1 process will come. Okay, P1 आया, उसने execute किया weight of S. weight of S में होता क्या है? Value will be decremented by 1, isn't it? Now here S will be decremented by 1, so value becomes 4. Now it will gain the access of critical section. Printer जो हमारे पास 5 थे, वो हो गए 4 अभी बाकी है. So while P1 is using printer, suppose P2 will arrive. Now what P2 will do? It will run the weight of S code. Now what will happen in the weight of S? The value will be decremented by 1. Here we can consider, here we have the value S is equals to 4. So if the value will be decremented by 1, so the value will be now 3, which is the non-negative or not 0. So the value becomes, वो जो हमारा weight का condition है वो false होके उसके आगे का code अब run होगा. That means the P2 process will gain the access of critical section, right? So 4 जो printer थे उसमें से एक P2 ने ले लिया, बचे अब 3. Suppose P2 and P2 both are using the printers. Now P3 will come. Now P3 will check again. P3 will run the code of weight where value will be decremented by 1. So this 3 becomes 2. Again, this third printer will be accessed by the P2 process. The remaining will be 2. So in this way, fourth will come. The value will be changed and the printer will be allocated to the fourth process, right? Now suppose here fifth process will come, it will run the weight, so value becomes, value एक से कम होगा, so 1 becomes 0. now बचा हुआ एक printer P5 process को allocate हो गया. ये सब हो गया. Now suppose 5 processes are using the 5 printers. Now sixth process will arrive. Okay, what will happen? Sixth process will run the code of weight. Now 0 will become -1. Now the condition we are going to check in the weight, 0 less than equals to -1 less than equals to 0, condition becomes true. कंडीशन अगर ट्रू है तो आगे का उसके कंटिन्यू नहीं होगा, वही लूप कंटिन्यू करता रहेगा, बिकॉज वी डोंट हैव बॉडी इन दैट लूप. If the condition is true, we don't have any body for that while loop, so simply it will just perform the iterative operation for checking the condition again and again till the value becomes false, right? So अगर कोई एक प्रोसेस यहाँ पे प्रिंटर का यूसेज खत्म करके if it will run the signal code where the value will be incremented by 1, so यहाँ पे -1 का मतलब 0 जो था उसका +1 बन जाएगा, तब जाके कोई और प्रोसेस कैन गेन द एक्सेस ऑफ रिसोर्सेस, राइट? So for managing the resources, we can use the semaphores, and we need to bus only we need to just remember to initialize the value of semaphore very carefully or very properly, so that all the processes can gain the access of all the resources. Is it clear? Semaphore, binary semaphore, and the counting semaphore and the applications. Is it clear? Avishkar?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let us solve one or two, three examples based upon the semaphore. Just a minute. Is it visible?
Ma'am, little bit right. Yes, ma'am. Now visible.
So now the question is, a shared variable x, just a minute. A shared variable x is initialized to 0 and is operated by 4 processes, w, x, y, z. Process w and x increment x by 1, while process yz decrement x by 2. Okay. Each process before reading perform wait on a semaphore S and signal on S after the store. If semaphore S is initialized to 2, find what is the maximum possible value of X after all processes complete its execution. This question was asked in a GATE examinations. GATE में हमेशा semaphore का question होता ही है. And with respect to your university examination, the question will be most of the time asked to explain the semaphore and the type of the semaphore by explaining producer consumer problem or dining table problem, ऐसा कुछ तो है, that we will see in the next session. ऐसा 2 तरीके का question पूछा गया है अभी तक, but the complex question based upon this will be asked into the GATE, जहाँ पे न्यूमेरिकल्स पूछे जाते हैं, ठीक है? तो आपको जहाँ पे ऑब्जेक्टिव टाइप में आंसर बताने होते हैं, बट इन यूनिवर्सिटी you have to explain what is semaphore, type of the semaphore, and any one of the problem. Maybe it is they will ask you to how to solve the critical section problem by using semaphore, or how to solve the producer consumer problem by using semaphore. That question will be merged and it will be asked for 10 marks. Okay, but now here we have question lamba hai, we have to apply some trick and find out the answer. Okay, now let us start to solve. We have a shared variable x which is initialized to 0. A shared variable x which is initialized to 0. It is operated by 4 processes, w, x, y, and the z. W, x, y, and the z. We have 4 processes. Process w and x increment x by 1. Okay, क्या बोला है? Increment x by 1. Increment है means first of all it will be read. it will read the content, then it will read then it will increment the value by 1, and then whatever the answer will be there, that will be returned back into the x, right? Process W and X, they perform the same operation. R of x, x is equals to x plus 1, W of x, right? Process W and X increment x by 1, while process YZ decrement x by 2. The same will be there, just they are decrementing. X equals to x minus 2 and then W of x. They will read the x equals to x minus 2 and W of x. Okay. Now, each process before reading perform wait on a semaphore S. Each process perform wait before reading the x. So here, every time weight of W, weight of S, semaphore है ना ये, weight of S and weight of S. See, क्या बोला था? Each process before reading perform wait on a semaphore S. Okay, and signal on S after store, means whatever the execution is there, after executing that, it will perform the signal of S. So here, signal of S, signal of S, signal of S, signal of S. Now, if semaphore S is initialized to 0, initialized to 2, semaphore S क्या किया है? Is initialized to 2. Find what is the maximum possible value of X after all processes complete the execution. See, maximum possible value पूछा है of X after all processes complete the execution. Okay, question clear है यहाँ तक जो भी हमने लिखा? I will read the question one more time. The shared variable X initialized to 0, a shared variable X initialized to 0 is operated by 4 processes W, X, Y, Z. We have returned W, X, Y, Z, and there is a shared variable X which is initialized to 0. Okay. Now process W and X increment X by 1. Process W and X increment X by 1, right? Before that, they will read the X, they will increment the X, and then they will write back the result into the X. तो ये दोनों का हमने लिखा. While process YZ decrement X by 2, the same thing, the operation is only for decrementation, -2, -2. Each process before reading perform wait on a semaphore on S and signal on S after store. So before performing this operation, they perform the wait operation, each and every process. And after execution of this, they perform the signal of operation, signal of semaphore. Are you getting this? Now it is up to this, okay. If semaphore S is initialized to 2, if semaphore S is initialized to 2, find what is the maximum possible value of X after all processes complete its execution. Okay, the question is, I hope the question is clear now. Whatever we have written, the given content, that is clear to you. Now, what we have to do is, S means that means semaphore value is initialized to 2. अगर 2 है, मतलब 2 processes can come into the critical section. That means at the same time 2 processes can use the X variable, right? अगर 2 processes एक टाइम में एक वेरिएबल की वैल्यू चेंज कर रहे हैं, तो रिजल्ट में बहुत गड़बड़ी होती है. ये हमने सबसे पहले बिफोर स्टार्टिंग द सेमाफोर, while we are discussing about the race condition, we have discussed this, right? If one variable is there and one more than one process is accessing that variable, then the resultant value should be wrong. Maybe it will produce the wrong value. तो हमने पहले ही देखा था. But still here it is given S equals to 2. So we have to find out the maximum possible value of X. मान लो अगर नॉर्मल वे में अगर S is equals to 1 रहता, ठीक है, अगर s की वैल्यू 1 रहती तो क्या होता यहाँ पे, सिंपली सपोज वी आर कंसिडरिंग द सीक्वेंस w(x,y,z), अगर हमने नॉर्मल लिया रहता सीक्वेंस, सेम लिया रहता, तो क्या होता, अगर s की वैल्यू 1 है तो वन एट अ टाइम प्रोसेस विल कम इनटू द क्रिटिकल सेक्शन एंड इट विल एग्जीक्यूट, इजंट इट। अगर एक वैल्यू है तो एक टाइम पे एक ही आएगा उस टाइम पे, तो यहाँ पे 1 by 1 एग्जीक्यूशन होता, तो वैल्यू x की पहले 1 होती, देन +1 होती, मींस x वैल्यू बिकम्स 2, और फिर वापस से थर्ड प्रोसेस एग्जीक्यूट होता, उसमें -2 है तो 2 - 2 0 हो जाता, और फिर आखिरी में ये वाली प्रोसेस रन होती जिसमें 0 - 2 होता। तो फिर वहां पे अगर s इक्वल्स टू 1 होता, देन x बिकम्स -2, मैक्सिमम उसकी वैल्यू x इक्वल्स टू -2 आती, राइट। बट नाउ वी हैव s equals to 2. So now in this case also consider if we will run the w operation first. Okay, so w operation में क्या है, x equals to x plus 1. So now x 0 था, x plus 1 होने के बाद 1 हुआ, but before doing this w has to perform the wait operation. Wait operation is what, s is equals to 2. यहाँ पे wait operation में होता क्या है, please someone tell me the answer. While we perform the wait operation, what will happen with the semaphore? The value will be incremented or decremented? While we perform the wait operation, wait atomic operation, the value will be incremented or decremented? Yes, Soumya Jyoti. Decremented. Yes, Somesh, correct. The value will be decremented. So whenever W will start the execution, W will first run the wait operation. So wait operation will decrement the value of semaphore by 1. That is by default. वो हमारे semaphore का concept ही है. Wait and the signal. Wait will decrement the value by 1. Signal operation will increment the value by 1. That is for sure. So if here wait operation will be performed, the semaphore value, which is 2, which will be decremented by 1, the value becomes 1. Okay. Now after that it will come inside of the critical section. Suppose this is our critical section. Okay. Now here x equals to x plus 1. तो यहाँ पे क्या होगा, x की वैल्यू 0 थी, x plus 1 किया, 0 plus 1 किया, x will become 1. Then we will write the value and then we will perform the signal of s. ठीक है, अभी signal of s किया तो यहाँ पे क्या बन जाएगा, 1 का वापस 2 बन जाएगा, because signal operation will increment the value by 1. So in this way, suppose if we will perform, अब इस तरीके से अगर s ये बनाते हैं तो होगा क्या, अगर कोई दूसरी प्रोसेस भी यहाँ पे आती है, मान लो 2 है ना यहाँ पे, दो सेमाफोर, एक दूसरा केस देखते हैं, ये पहला केस, ये दिस वन वी हैव सीन फर्स्ट, दिस वन वी हैव सीन सेकंड। अगर तीसरा केस हम ये देखते हैं कि x इक्वल्स टू, ये नॉर्मल सब हो गया, मान लो s इज इक्वल्स टू 2 था, x इज इक्वल्स टू 0 है, ये इनिशियलाइजेशन है। हाँ, नाउ वेट ऑफ s मींस वैल्यू विल बी डिक्रीमेंटेड बाय 1. Now x equals to x plus 1. But before doing this, suppose the w operation will be primitive. Just w has read the content. उसने क्या किया है, सिर्फ read किया है x को, यहाँ तक ही हुआ है execution. और अगर w print हो गया, okay, after printing the x will come to gain the access of CPU. CPU का access उसको मिल गया. Now what x will do? It will perform wait of s. What is that wait of s? Value of semaphore will be decremented by 1. What is the value of semaphore? 1. So 1 है, that means x can gain the access. Yes or no? It can gain the access. अगर 0 रहता तो नहीं कर सकता था आगे execution. But the value is 1. So what it will do? It will decrement the value और 0 कर देगा और फिर आगे का execution. X equals to x plus 1. Okay. अभी x ने रीड किया, वैल्यू 0 है, अभी यहाँ पे इसका प्रीवियस एग्जीक्यूशन w में +1 कुछ हुआ नहीं था, x का वैल्यू 0 का 0 ही था. सो अगर x ने रीड किया इधर, इफ x will be read, then x value is 0. Now it will perform x equals to x plus 1. तो वैल्यू becomes 1 here. और मान लो इसने राइट कर दिया और फिर सिग्नल परफॉर्म हुआ, यहाँ पे सिग्नल परफॉर्म होने के बाद 0 का 1 हुआ, एंड देन x will be exited. and then suppose y will come. अगर y आया उसके बाद, what y will do, it will wait of s, मतलब सेमाफोर की वैल्यू 1 की फिर से 0 बन जाएगी, डिक्रीमेंट होगी वैल्यू, फिर ये रीड करेगा, रीड किया तो इसको x की वैल्यू क्या मिली, x की वैल्यू है 1, so 1 minus 2 वैल्यू becomes -1. ओके, अब इसने क्या किया, -1 रीड कर दिया x में एंड देन सिग्नल ऑफ s परफॉर्म किया, सिग्नल ऑफ s मतलब 0 का बन गया वापस 1. ठीक है, नाउ सपोज z आया, अब z ने क्या किया, सेम वेट ऑफ s मतलब 1 का बन गया 0 और फिर x -2 किया, -1 -2 क्या बन जाएगा, -3 बन जाएगा. तो मतलब क्या हो रहा है कि वी नीड टू, यहाँ पे वैल्यूज उसकी नेगेटिव में जा रही है, अभी इसकी वैल्यू कुछ और आई थी, इसकी वैल्यू कुछ आई थी, ये वैल्यू मिनिमम आ रही है, बट व्हाट वी वांट टू फाइंड आउट, वी वांट टू फाइंड आउट द मैक्सिमम पॉसिबल वैल्यू ऑफ x. तो हमें सीक्वेंस कुछ ऐसा फिक्स करना पड़ेगा जिसमें वी शुड कीप द वैल्यू ऑफ x वेरिएबल शुड बी मैक्सिमम. ओके, नाउ हाउ वी कैन डू दैट, सी सपोज हियर, ये वाला ही कंसीडर करती हूँ, x is 0 and the s is 2 which is initialized. Okay, now suppose w will come first. Weight of s will be performed, weight of s means value will be decremented by 1. Now suppose 2 की value बन गई 1. Now it will read the content of x, x is equals to 0. ठीक है, उसने read किया, but after reading the w will be printed. w will be printed. अभी इसमें ऐसा है +1 w एंड x क्या कर रहे हैं, x की वैल्यू को इंक्रीमेंट कर रहे हैं, y एंड z क्या कर रहे हैं, -2 कर रहे हैं, मतलब वैल्यू सीधे -2 से डिक्रीमेंट हो रही है 2 बार, यहाँ पे भी यहाँ पे भी. तो हमें ऐसा कुछ करना है, सीक्वेंस कुछ ऐसा रखना है, दैट मीन्स x की वैल्यू या x में ये -2 जो हो रहा है, that should not reflect at the end. ये -2 जो भी होगा ना, वो फाइनल रिजल्टेंट वैल्यू में नहीं आना चाहिए, कुछ ऐसा हमें फिक्स करना है, बिकॉज दीज आर द डिक्रीमेंटिंग प्रोसेसेस. वैल्यू यहाँ पे कम हो रही है और यहाँ सिर्फ 2 प्रोसेस में वैल्यू बढ़ रही है, बट वो भी एक एक से ही बढ़ रही है और डिक्रीमेंट 2 से हो रही है. So we should keep some execution of the sequence of processes like that. This decremented value should not be the final one. ये जो भी एग्जीक्यूशन होगा वो फाइनल एग्जीक्यूशन में नहीं आना चाहिए, कुछ ऐसा हमें करना होगा. ठीक है, ना हियर हमने क्या किया, ये हो गया, इधर से रीड किया और मान लो w क्या है, प्रिंट हो गया. आफ्टर रीडिंग द कंटेंट ऑफ x, मतलब 0 इसने रीड किया, इसके हिस्से में क्या आया, x इसने 0 रीड किया और यहाँ पे प्रिंट हो गया. आफ्टर दिस सपोज द y विल कम इनटू द CPU फॉर द एग्जीक्यूशन. ओके, ये x में बाद में कर रही हूँ, क्यों, क्योंकि मुझे फाइनल में इंक्रीमेंटेशन रखना है, डिक्रीमेंट वाले पार्ट स्किप होने चाहिए, इस तरीके का कुछ एग्जीक्यूशन चाहिए. सो व्हाट आई विल डू, आफ्टर w द y विल कम, वेट ऑफ s, अभी सेमाफोर की वैल्यू 1 थी, सो वेट ऑफ, क्योंकि इसने सिग्नल करके बढ़ाया नहीं है ना वैल्यू, तो वो वैसा ही रहेगा वैल्यू. तो अभी वैल्यू इज फॉर सेमाफोर इज 1. Now it will perform, y will perform weight of s, the value is 1, so it will be decremented by 1, so the value becomes 0. Now it will read the value of x, value of x क्या आएगा, 0 ही आएगा, क्योंकि इसमें तो कुछ बदलाव हुए नहीं थे, क्योंकि यही से रीड होने के बाद ही प्रिंट हो गया था. So now y will read the value of x which is 0. Okay, now it will perform the operation x equals to x minus 2. 0 minus 2, the value will be -2. Okay, now here the x will be -2. उसने write कर दिया after performing this calculation, w of x write कर दिया -2, and then the y will be exiting the critical section. Signal of s, signal of s means the value will be incremented by 1. किसकी value, semaphore की value. The value of the semaphore will be incremented by 1 because this is a signal operation. तो यहाँ पे 0 से 1 हो गया. ठीक है, तो ये y ऑपरेशन मेरा परफॉर्म हो गया. नाउ आई विल कंसिडर द z. व्हाई आई एम कंसिडरिंग द z नॉट द x, बिकॉज दिस z इज आल्सो परफॉर्मिंग द डिक्रीमेंटिंग ऑपरेशन, और मुझे वो डिक्रीमेंटिंग स्किप करने के लिए पहले ये खत्म करके लेने हैं, ठीक है। देखो कैसे होगा। अभी z आया मान लो, नाउ इट विल परफॉर्म द वेट ऑफ s, वेट ऑफ s मींस semaphore value will be decremented by 1. What is the semaphore value right now? It is 1. So it will decrement the value by 1, the value becomes 0. Now it will read the value of x. What is the x value? It is -2. Okay, इसने ले लिया -2. Now it will perform the calculation. -2 x की वैल्यू है हमारी -2. -2 becomes -4. तो अब यहाँ क्या हुआ, x की वैल्यू -4 इसने राइट कर दी, w of x की वैल्यू राइट कर दी, x of -4. Now after that it is performing the signal of s. Signal of s में क्या होता है, the value of semaphore will be incremented by 1. तो यहाँ पे जो 0 थी अब वो हो गई 1, ठीक है। अब इस तरीके से हमने z ऑपरेशन भी परफॉर्म कर दिया, दिस इज डन। नाउ हियर सपोज नाउ w will be what w previously w was printed, right, but now consider w gain the access of cpu one more time. अभी यहाँ पे इसका प्रिंशन खत्म हो गया और प्रोसेस रिज्यूम हो गई। Now whenever w will be resumed, what will happen, from where it will start the execution, where it has left the execution last time. ओके उसके डिटेल्स जो है पीसीबी में सेव रहते हैं, उसका जो भी स्टेटस रहता है ना एट द टाइम ऑफ प्रिंटिंग द प्रोसेस, whatever the status of that process will be there, that will be recorded into the PCB. What is PCB? Process control block. कहाँ तक करंटली एग्जीक्यूट हुआ है वो उसमें स्टोर रहता है। तो जब भी अभी प्रोसेस वापस से सीपीयू में आता है, इट विल चेक द स्टेटस ऑफ दैट प्रोसेस इनटू द सीपीयू कि लास्ट एग्जीक्यूटेड एड्रेस कहाँ पे था, उसी लोकेशन पे वो एग्जीक्यूशन स्टार्ट करता है। नाउ लास्ट टाइम वी हैव डन अप टू रीडिंग ऑफ एक्स वैल्यू, उसने रीड करके छोड़ा था, उसने रीड करके क्या छोड़ा था, x की वैल्यू उसके रजिस्टर में क्या रखी हुई है, x इज इक्वल टू 0, उसने रीड किया था x इक्वल टू 0, उसके पास x की वैल्यू 0 है। ओके नाउ इट विल परफॉर्म द ऑपरेशन। नाउ इन दैट केस whatever the previous value we have, x equals to -4, ये दो कैलकुलेशन करके जो हमने निकाली थी ना, वो यहाँ से हटा दी जाती है फ्रॉम दैट रजिस्टर। x का जो भी रजिस्टर है, स्पेस है, वहां से वो -4 हटा दी जाती है, और जो इसने रीड किया था, जो इसके रजिस्टर्स में लिखा था, वो अब फाइनल वैल्यू होगी। तो x विल बी 0। हाँ, now it will perform the increment x equals to x plus 1. So 0 plus 1 will be 1. It will be returned into the x, right of x हुआ, ठीक है। Then it will perform the signal of s, मतलब semaphore की value will be incremented by 1. Here अब क्या होगा, ये 1 थी ना वैल्यू, now it will increment the value by 2. Now again x equals अभी बचा कौन है, ये भी ऑपरेशन हो गया, अब बचा है x ऑपरेशन। Now x process will gain the access of CPU. It will perform the weight of s, where 2 becomes 1, decrement होगा value 1 से। Now it will read the value of x. What is the value of x right now? 1, right? So 1 plus 1. Now here x value is 1. So 1 plus 1 will be 2. So यहाँ पे in x the value will be 2, and it will be returned into the x variable. Then with x operation will perform the signal of s, where the value will be decremented, incremented by 1. So now semaphore value will be 2, and all the operations have been performed. Okay, after performing all the operation in this sequence, we got the final value of x is 2. Final value of x is 2. So the answer for this question is B option, that is 2. Okay, so in this way, if we run the if we will run this operation, if we will run these processes in this sequence, then only we will get the maximum possible value of x is equals to 2. Okay, according to the increment and the decrement operation, you can finalize the sequence of operation. डिक्रीमेंट करने वाले प्रोसेसेस को पहले एग्जीक्यूट कर दो, इन दोनों को प्रिंट करा के, और फिर क्योंकि whenever it will resume the process execution, it will consider the value of x, जो भी उन्होंने पहले रीड किया था वो वही कंसिडर करेंगे, वो नहीं जो कि इन्होंने कैलकुलेट किया, जो भी डिक्रीमेंट हो गए। सो इन दिस वे वी कैन से दैट w y z x and then again w, इस तरीके से अगर रन किया, then we can have the maximum possible value of x will be 2. Is it clear? The question is clear, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So in competitive examinations, a lot of tricky questions will be asked. Semaphore भी उसी का एक part है. To solve this type of the questions, you need to practice this type of questions. मतलब आपने अगर 10-20 questions अलग अलग तरीके के solve किए, then you will get the clear idea कि कहाँ पे किस तरीके का logic लगाना पड़ेगा. So you will get the final answer. Okay. So okay, with respect to your unit test, if your unit test will be only objective question pattern, then I will ask one of the numerical on semaphore like this. Okay. Theory वाले पेपर में तो आपको semaphore explanation ये सब पूछेंगे, but if it is objective, then I'm going to ask you the numerical on based upon the semaphore. For your unit test, you will be having total 3 units. So start preparing. Already notes are uploaded, record session is uploaded, so you can refer that if you want.